Hey everybody, I am joining you this morning with my Shine chest and back workout. Normally on Tuesdays I do legs, but I'm going for a hike this morning, so I wanted to do something upper body. So this is what I'm doing. It's one of my favorite workouts for sure. Make sure you say hi to me, although my phone's about to die because it didn't charge properly. Let's jog it out. What do you need to remember about working your chest and back? As with everything else we do, you have always got to keep your core tight. It's very, very important. I just need to stretch out a little bit. I'm a little tight. You just have to use excellent form. That's what I care about. Put your palms together, lace your fingers, push your palms towards me, round your back, and lift up. Round your back, and lift up. Lace your fingers behind your back, and lift up, and give yourself some hugs, and let's get started. So we are going to do these exercises for 1 minute each. Take breaks when you need to, and again, use excellent form. If you start to feel your core release, re-engage, make sure you're being careful, and don't do anything that hurts. We want burn, not pain. I don't care what anybody says. So I'm going to get a ball. I have my New York ball here. So now I have 2 workout balls. So we are going to do a tricky chest press on the ball. If you don't have a ball, you can do it on the ground. But I love the ball. You guys know I always tout the benefits of having this piece of equipment because of how hard it makes you work to stay balanced. So we're going to roll out. So you see it's on the upper part of my back. If you put your knees together, you're going to have to fight even harder in this whole area to stay stable. So we're going to do a tricky chest press. And you're going to press up, come halfway down, all the way back up, and all the way down. So you're over your chest, not over your face. Obviously, whether you're on the ball or not, your abs are totally engaged. You can go a little heavier with a chest press. I realize that I only have one heavier weight out here. It's the problem with moving around. When we move back in our other house, I want to have like one set place where I do my workouts no matter what. Drive up, lower, push all the way up. Oh my gosh, my glutes are killing me. That is why I love the ball. Come on, take those breaks, press all the way up. Halfway down, all the way back up, and all the way down. I am rolling around on this ball like crazy. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. Good job. So now, what I would like you to do is to lay on the ball. And I want you to put your feet wide. Now, if you are new, or you have not been working your back and you have a weak back, you can tuck your feet. Just put your feet sideways, tuck them up under your couch, or have your kids hold your feet, or somebody if they're awake right now. So your arms are going to be wide. You're going to squeeze your back to raise up as high as you can. So again, we do not want pain. If you have any pain doing this exercise, I do not want you to do it. I would rather you just get into a plank position and hold and breathe. So I am squeezing up as high as I can using my back. You are also going to feel this in your glutes. But you have to strengthen that lower back. It's critical. My back used to be such a problem area for me, and once I worked on strengthening it, I do not have problems anymore, and it's awesome. If at any time you need to just readjust your position, go ahead and do so. Oh man, this is challenging. Take those breaks when you need to. Oh, we're done. Look at that, look at that. How are you guys doing? Have some water. always, always, always want you to have water. Okay, so the next one that we are going to do, sorry, I gotta take this off. It's actually not freezing cold out here, but cold enough. So you're gonna get on your mat, and we are going to do a balancing exercise so that will work our entire core, but also our chest and our back. So I want you in a plank position, except I want you to put your feet shoulder width apart, and you're gonna lift one arm and the opposite leg. Now, what do you need to remember? Everything's tight, everything's engaged, everything's working. Your core, keep it as tight as possible. If your balance is terrible and you keep falling over, who cares? Get back in position, reset, do it again. Because even when you're faltering, you're still fighting with those muscles, and that is how you strengthen them. You're never going to strengthen them if you don't try. Okay? Hands shoulder width apart, and just hold it for a few seconds before you go to the other side. Really squeeze that back to get that arm up. You're going to obviously feel this in your glutes and your hamstrings. When you need a break, take it 3 to 4 seconds. My allergies are definitely acting up. I can feel the like pressure in my head. It's kind of annoying. But I don't like the way the allergy medication makes me feel. I actually feel like it gives me headaches. So just trying to navigate it. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. Sit back into child's pose. So what happens if we do an exercise like that? And it is just discouraging because you feel like you're not good at it, you can't keep your balance, you feel weak, and you feel just like, what's the point? What's the point in doing these exercises and strengthening and trying? There are many, many reasons why you should be doing this. That does not mean it's always going to be easy. That does not mean you're always going to feel great and positive about yourself and like you're doing such a good job, because we are our own worst cheerleaders. We are the best cheerleaders for everyone else. So here's what I would encourage you to do. Use this time with me as a time to be nice to yourself. Encourage yourself. Be proud of yourself for showing up. Most people don't even show up. Okay. Oh, hi, Joanne. So happy to see you. Okay, so the next one that we are going to do is one of my favorite exercises. In fact, I'm going to do it on the ball. You can do it on the ground. I'm going to do it on the ball because we already talked about why I love the ball. So again, if you put your knees together, it's going to be a lot more challenging than if you open up. So with this one, push up above your chest, not above your face. Do not go too heavy with the weights because you're going to do a fly, and then you're going to lower the weights towards your hips. Okay, so you do not want to let those weights fall towards your hips, because if it hits your hip bone, the weights hit your hip bones, it's not fun. Open up. So now, what are your legs doing right now? You are driving those hips up as high as you can get them. I literally have my toes up off the ground to really hit my hamstrings and my glutes. My abs are completely engaged. My chest is working to control these weights. My abs are assisting in that. So it's hard to tell what is burning worse right now, my chest muscles or my glutes or my abs. Woo! When you need a little break, take it. We have 10 more seconds. Fight for what you want. Don't worry if you can't keep your knees together on the ball. 2, 1, and done. The ball takes some getting used to, especially if you have not worked out in a long time. You're going to try to balance on this ball, and you are going to feel like a total dingbat. You're going to be falling all over. You're going to be like, thank God no one's watching me because I look like a dumbass. But doesn't matter. Does not matter one iota because we're here, we're working hard. Like I said, even if you're faltering and not able to keep your balance, you're still working really, really, really hard. And that is awesome. Okay, next one we are going to do, you can go a little bit heavier with this one. So we're going to do a bent over, row your bells. So your feet are hip width apart. You are going to hinge over and you're going to row up and row up. So you are squeezing your back, but again, your entire core has to be engaged. Keep it tight. Your back should be flat. I wish I had my 10-pound weights, but again, I left them in the house because I'm constantly bouncing around from location to location here because Dave does his quiet time in the morning during the time that I work out, and I don't want to disturb him. And it's just kind of, there's not a whole lot of space in our rental house, so, you know, it is what it is. Squeeze and row and row. Keep your back flat, keep those abs engaged. When you need a break, take it. We've got 10 more seconds. Now, if this is a breeze for you and you picked up 2-pound weights or 5-pound weights and you're like, yeah, these are not challenging enough, we're done. I want you to pay attention to that, and I want you to understand that you then need to pick heavier weights. So you can drop those at any time and pick heavier weights. So usually what happens is as you go on in the minute, you drop down in weight. But if the exercise is too easy, I want you to go up. You don't have to go from 5 to 10s, but you can go from 5s to 8s. Okay, so we are going to work our chest again. Feels really good to lay down. I could probably fall back asleep right now, but I'm not going to. Okay, so the weights are over our chest. They are together. You are going to push up. You are going to open up with straight arms. Okay, so we're not doing our flies. We are pushing up, opening up with straight arms. So we really have to squeeze our chest, bring them back together and down. So we're going for 1 minute. You want to probably not go any heavier than an 8 because of this motion. So you don't go take it all the way down. I want you to take it like 3/4 of the way down. Straight arms, your legs are bent, your abs are going to have to aid you. So I'm using 5s. Probably if I had started with 8s, I would have dropped down right about now. As long as your form is good, keep the weight you have. Just take a break when you need it. If you can only go to here before you come back, I'm very proud of you. You rock what you're doing. These are very, very challenging. So I am going to actually drop down because I felt my form starting to falter and I don't want that. And we're good. So what is next? All right, so the next one that we're going to do, we're going to work our upper back. So you can go a little bit heavier with these, but honestly, it's up to you. So we're going to do upright row your bells. So you're going to row up, squeezing your upper back and your shoulders. Your entire core is tight. Really important.
I'm not sure I understand.
I wasn't talking to you, Siri. Sorry. Squeeze up. Your upper back and shoulders should be on fire. If they're not, Your weights are too light. Woo! Do not give up. Keep fighting for what you want. Oh, the funniest thing, remember how yesterday, if you worked out with me yesterday, and I was like, oh, my girls have late opening, and da-da-da. Yeah, they didn't have late opening. 3, 2, 1, done. Apparently, I never saw the email where they took away the late opening a couple of weeks before because I was in New York moving. I was busy. I was emotionally overwrought. And apparently they sent out an email saying because we extended fall break a day, we've taken away the late opening on the 26th of October. So yeah, I'm like, oh, were other kids late too? Because they're like, no, all the other kids were there. It was just me that missed the memo. All right. Oh, I love these. Let's do these on the ball. We're going to do fly pumps, and you're not going to like me very much for these because they are going to burn. Our range of motion is only going to be about 8 to 10 inches. So you're going to roll out, same position we were in before. Again, if your knees are tight, it's going to be more challenging to stay on than if you open up. Regardless of what you do, you drive those hips up towards the sky, you keep your abs tight, quads, hamstrings, glutes. My toes are actually up off the ground. Press up and open, and we are going to pump, pump, pump. And you are going to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So you see the range of motion is not super big. Squeeze. Squeeze, pump, pump, pump. Just when you need a break, come back, rest for like 2 to 3 seconds, and go back. So weird. All of a sudden, I'm sitting here working out, and it smells like a barnyard, like it came out of nowhere. And I'm like, okay, that freaks me out that there's like a coyote or something out here, because they have those here. I don't have those in New York City. But I'm on like a Nashville like neighborhood group, and people are constantly, we're done, posting pictures of coyotes. Coyotes! So all of a sudden I got the most distinct like wild animal barnyard smell. Could you imagine if a coyote came in here while I was doing my workout with you? I would probably go viral for that. I'm just saying. Especially my reaction, because I'd be freaking out. Okay, next one we're going to do. We are going to lay down. And we are going to pretend like we're Superman flying through the sky, but you're going to be doing flutter kicks, okay? So I want you to squeeze your back as hard as you can. Squeeze your arms, your chest, your back, your glutes, your legs. It is all working. 1 minute. Squeeze your back to get those arms up as high as you can. Squeeze your chest. Your abs are engaged, your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, your calves. It's all working. Make sure you breathe. Take a little break when you need to. I don't care if a few seconds later you need another break. Take it. Ten more seconds. Come on, fight for it. You can do it, I promise, I promise. Fight, fight, fight. Finish the minute. Do not quit. 2, 1, and done. Oh, that one is like deceptively difficult. Seems like if you're pretending to be Superman, it should be kind of easy. Not. Okay. How are we doing time-wise? I think that I might have forgotten to press the timer. I did, because I do that sometimes. Great. We are doing great. Okay. So I would like you to get a couple of heavier weights. Oh, I have one out here, so I'll use this. Now I freaked myself out that there's a coyote out there ready to eat me for breakfast. Okay, so you're gonna drive your hips up towards the sky. Squeeze those glutes, hamstrings, quads, abs, and you're gonna press up. Press up. So I want you to be heavy with this one, please. So I've got 13 pounds. If I had a 20 pound, I'd probably use that, or a 15 pound. But my weights are in a box somewhere, my heavier weights. Take a break when you need to. Drive those hips up. Guys, I think we're going to get done a little bit early because we are blazing through this workout. Oh, okay, what is that smell, you guys? It's freaking me out. There are no farms near here. I have to talk to Dave about this. I've worked out outside plenty here, and I've never smelled the smell before. And it's seriously disturbing me. I'm such a city person. Very funny. Very, very, very funny. All right. We're going to do one more back exercise, and then we're going to blow out of here. Okay. Feet hip width apart. You are going to hinge over. Do not go too heavy. And why is that? Because we are going to squeeze our back to open and squeeze to close. If your weights are too heavy, you're going to go like that and jerk your body to get the weights up. Don't do that. You might see people in the gym doing that. Because they're muscle heads, you think that's the right way to do it. It's not. Okay? So we are going to squeeze and lower. Squeeze and lower. Squeeze. We can do it. Come on. How do your weights feel? Mine are getting really heavy, so I'm just taking a break because my form is still good. And that's what we want. If your form is still good, you just take a break. Don't drop down. Once your form starts to falter, that is a sign that it's time to drop down. We have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, done. You guys are the best. Hands together. Lace your fingers, push your palms towards me, round your back. And then straighten. Round your back, and then straighten. Oh, that feels really good, doesn't it? Lace your fingers behind your back. Lift up, up, up. You can lift higher now because we are warm. Give yourself some hugs. You guys, you did such a good job. Very proud of you for showing up. I am here if you need anything. Tomorrow, same time, send me requests. I'm open to whatever you guys want. Just let me know. I gotta gotta go in, make sure my kids are getting ready for school. Have a beautiful day. If you want to tip Sean-Visco on Venmo, and you know it's appreciated, well, I hope you know, greatly, greatly appreciated.